bags where horror lies.
Hey everybody, welcome to Body Bags. It's week 105 here, and we're still just randomly picking stuff. I was going to go to Wes Craven movie, because R.I.P. Wes Craven. And I started thinking about The Hills Have Eyes and stuff like that, and so I just thought I'd do something kind of related to it, which is a movie called The Hillside Cannibals. All right, this is, I think it's a 2006 movie that was directed by Lee Scott. And this is the US unrated director's cut. And it's the horrifying true story that inspired The Hills Have Eyes. That was my connection with Wes Craven kind of thing. But anyway, based on the terrifying true story of Sawney Bean clan that inspired The Hills Have Eyes. The world's most brutal serial killer was born over 400 years ago. Sawney Bean and his family pillaged, slaughtered, and literally devoured thousands of victims. Even today, the inbred clan of cannibals hides in seaside caves, even today, feeding on the flesh of those who pass by. Yeah, so this is very, very like The Hills Have Eyes. Starts off with, like four teenagers or whatever the fuck, four young people, two different couples, you know, two guys, two girls, and they're out in the desert camping or whatever the fuck they're doing, and they're in a cave, and two of them are making out and two of them are outside walking around, and then the clan comes in and just, you know, invades them and captures them and takes them to another part of the cave where they hide, and then one of them escapes or is let go by one of the sons or the young leader of the clan. And she manages to find the police, you know, the local police, which all these fucking movies, I don't know why they always go to the police, because they never do anything. They never help them when they run. They're either dodgy ones like Arlie Ermy in Texas Chainsaw Remake, or they, you know, just end up getting fucking shot or killed by whoever, or else they're kind of in on it in this one. And then she is later attacked and saved by this guy who's all kind of dressed up. You get the idea that he's an army guy maybe, and he saves her, kills one of the clan, and explains to her that his daughter was killed 2 years ago and he's here to avenge and kill all of them. And then there's another family later on that gets captured by them. They go back to the cave. They kill some of them, but they kill the other ones. There's loads of people getting their faces cut off, and then the cannibals wear their faces. And that's the gist of the movie. And then it has an ending that just ends. It's like whoever was filming it, or Lee Scott, was just like, right, that's it, cut it. You know, it doesn't really fucking end well or leave it open or solve anything. It's just, you know, the music in this is okay as far as what the cannibals look like. It's for the budget. I think this was made for about 600,000 or something. I guess it's okay. What I didn't really like in this was there's loads of that kind of moving camera thing, you know, the kind of shaky, if you've seen Five Across the Eyes, that kind of camera shaky stuff, which I really fucking hate, and especially when stuff is not well lit. And I know they do it to make it look like there's more going on than there is, and to make it look more tense and stressed and stuff, but it's difficult to kind of see, as I said, in bad lighting, what the fuck is going on. And is that a girl? Is that a guy? Is that hair? Is that blood? Is that what the fuck, you know? And there's a lot of that when the cannibal bits are going on and stuff. And I know it's to hide effects that you can't see the actual effect of them biting a hand off. You just see the kind of, you know, and blood and shit, but it makes it difficult to watch. I had to stop the camera there because I ran out of memory, so I had to erase it and fucking continue on with the fucking review. But yeah, so that is the kind of gist of the movie. Now, I saw this maybe a year or two ago, but I was really tired when I watched it and was like, you know, but I went back and revisited for the purpose of this review. And again, I know there's like documentaries and there's things online and stuff, but like based on the, you know, the horrifying true events that inspired The Hills Have Eyes. Now, what inspired The Hills Have Eyes, as far as I know, is the Sawney Bean family, or the Sawney Bean clan, who was run by Alexander Bean, okay, who was not English like everybody says. He was Scottish, okay. He was born in Scotland, and him and a woman, they basically fucked off into a cave near Ballantrae, I think. And this is as the folklore goes. And they lived the rest of their lives in the cave, kidnapping, they say like it was nearly 1,000 people and stuff. And basically, devouring them, eating them, robbing them, living on them in the caves. They stayed in during the day, they went out at night. And apparently between them, they had something like 8 sons, 6 daughters, and 32 grandchildren that were born out of incest. So yeah, I think that's 48. But hopefully my math is good. And then eventually, I think it was actually King James VI of Scotland that, as legend have it or historic events have it, that led a whole manhunt with fucking dogs and fucking guns and swords and all this shit, and located all the family and took them, and they were all executed. The guys were hung, drawn, and quartered, and the women and children, I think, they were buried. I don't think they would have been that young children, but I don't know. But they were just buried alive. But the guys were, I think they had the genitals removed, and they were hung while or else they weren't hung, and their hands and their feet were cut off, which was the whole hung, drawn, quarter thing, and they bled to death, and that was their execution. Now, again, like I don't like there's a lot of articles online about the Sawney Bean clan, and there's more you can read up about it. This movie is not kind of their story. It's set in America. It's set in the desert somewhere. It's not the events. It's just another ripoff of the Hills of Eyes, and they've used that tagline to kind of, I did think it could have gone in more to the story of Sawney Bean, and you can just tell by the fucking cars and the police. And the other thing is meant to be the story that inspired it, and Hills of Eyes was in the 70s. Am I wrong? Was that like they find a fucking iPod in it? And this was the whole Sawney Bean thing was the 15th to the 16th century. And the guy finds an iPod in this. It was just, whatever, It's a movie. It's not great. It's not utter fucking shit, but it's not great or anything, Obviously, the clan don't talk to each other, so there's just loads of kind of grunting and snorting as the way they communicate, and banging their chests and things like that to communicate. But I don't know if you're Scottish and you know more. Or know a lot about Alexander Sawney Bean, and you want to drop it in the comment below and correct any shit I might have got wrong, please do. This is like, just stuff that's coming to my head as I'm talking about this right now. Yeah, that's it, folks. Thank you very much for watching my review on week 105 here on Body Bags. I've been talking about the Hillside Cannibals. I'm OUTSIDER365. Have a good week. See you now. Bye bye.